program is brought to you by FanDuel, where we give sports fans the chance to win every day.
Pelicans on a 0-3 slide. How can they bounce back? Let's talk about it. Me and my dog Cheddar Chaz in the building.
First took away. That's what this. Get your money's worth now.
Man, what's happening? What's happening with y'all? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the sponsors. You know what I'm saying? You see them up there. FanDuel, John Deere, Scott Vigner. They fight for the win. Taz, Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who you hear us talk about. If you want your name up there, come holler at us, man. It's me and my dog Cheddar Chaz in the building. Man, we here to talk about the Pels, man. Sorry for the late start, man. Me and Chaz was talking about welcome to Derry. I ain't really apologizing for that. We had to catch up on that and Stranger Things. We had to catch up on some things.
Best
man.
show on all app services.
You know what I'm saying?
Braids going everywhere and shit.
That's how. Yeah. Man, Pels 0-3 in their last three. Man, we got a lot to talk about. I was wondering though, like what you want to start with?
Man, I think we got to start with the breaking news. You know, Jose Alvarado, suspended for 2 games. Mark Williams suspended for 1. You know, it's only fair that the victim gets the lesser suspension. Mark, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, boy.
Crazy.
But Jose, we all proud of you here, though. You know, KTSE. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash that like button, man.
Shout out to Jose for the jump punch. We like that.
Shout out to Jose. You know, bro, I ain't gonna lie. For the first time this season, I'm disappointed in the Pelicans, though. I'm disappointed because I don't care about. I'm gonna be real. I'm not a hey, let's go out there and have fun and everyone gets a trophy. No, I want to win.
Yeah, that's whack. That's whack.
It's whack, bro. Like it just breeds a loser mentality. And I feel like I did some research. Now, the last time we spoke about this, the Pelicans had just on the season, the Pelicans had 16 blown leads, 7 fourth quarter blown leads, and 6 blown double-digit leads, right? Now, since we last spoke about this, that number has trended in the wrong direction, including as recent as last Friday. Now they got 21 blown leads, 9 fourth quarter blown leads, and 6 blown double-digit leads, right? Some of those blown double-digit leads we already know about for us with I know they led with one of the Minnesota games, and of course they led by 5 at one point versus Phoenix. To me, it's just, you know, and again, another troubling trend. Trey Murphy still, if I'm not mistaken, still has 0 games with 20 shot attempts. Zion still has 0 games, 20 shot attempts. Derek Queen, he might have 1, if I'm not mistaken. He may have 1. But it's just the talent that's been readily available just isn't being maximized. And to me, that's still, you know, a trend of the coaching going in the wrong direction. Some of those same woes. What would have been your observations during this streak? Because I don't really count the Cavs game. I'm just going back to back.
Yeah. That was a schedule loss. I count the Cavs game as a schedule loss. Like I really didn't think that was a winnable game. I'm gonna be honest. These 2 games, I was at the game Friday, and that's one of those games for me where I'm gonna say this: all phases of the game for the Pelicans, they failed. Every phase of the game, coaching failed, the players failed, the refs was trash, right?
Boy, and they tried to help us out when they were still trash.
That's what I'm saying. The refs was garbage, and you still had 17 missed free throws. So I can't even. You know what I'm saying? Like
you deserve to lose,
bro. You make 5 of them. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's a game. I just. And then sitting there, like actually watching it, it was a bad game. The game plan was bad. I felt like, so it's funny you asked that question because I kind of wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the rotations just in the last 2 games alone.
Okay.
All right. So just going these back-to-back Phoenix games. My bad. So Carlo, the first game, Carlo got 0 minutes. I mean, the first game, Carlo got 9 minutes.
Right.
0 minutes in the second game. In the first game, Jordan Poole got 31 minutes.
Right.
14 in the second game.
Right.
All right. In the first game, Fears got 17 minutes, 34 in the second game.
Right.
DQ DQ 21 in the first game, 27 in the back-to-back. Bryce 22, 24 in the second game. PV 3 minutes to 8 minutes. What? Okay. I got a question. All right, look, let me. But I'm trying to answer your question first.
Right.
I am really trying to pinpoint it to, like, for one, the game, the rotation is wild. My bad. I was giving you the first and second bad games. The rotations was off, but also, man, you playing a game where I don't know the last time. I think the last time the Pelicans hit double-digit threes was that Cleveland game. And you ain't gonna win a lot of games when you. I think the first game they made 5 threes, the second game they made 9 threes. You ain't really gonna win a lot of games like that because I think Phoenix made 20 threes yesterday. So if we just going by the numbers, you losing.
The math battle.
Yeah, you losing a math battle. You know what I'm saying, out the gate. But also, all right, here's my hot take, Chaz. The minutes roller coaster suggests that the roster construction is less ideal and not necessarily on JB. But prove me wrong. I'm listening.
I think it's a utilization problem because I think there is some merit to it, right? But here's the issue, right? I don't know who the fuck Gillespie was. I don't know who these dudes are. And just because I don't know who they are, that don't mean that they're not solid players. But I'm just saying, like, generally, when you blowing 20-point leads and 10-point leads and 7-point leads, it gets to a point where it becomes a utilization issue, in my opinion, because, like, we've been in a group chat and I've been on here for a long time. You got to play Yves Messi. You got to play him. Yeah. So the reason why I think it's more of a utilization problem versus a roster problem is because James Borrego overcorrects, right? Like, if I'm like, yo, you got to play Messi, he'll say, all right, fuck it, I'm just not gonna play Carlo at all no more. No, brother, that's not the solution. Play them both. You getting killed on the boards. If you look at the last game, one of the main reasons that the Suns were able to get up so many threes is because you giving up offensive boards for easy kickouts to wide open shooters. Like, you know what I'm saying? And from a coaching standpoint, you're still going under screens. Gillespie hits about 2 or 3 threes. Him and Sadiq Bey is backtracking, doesn't stop ball, goes this dives on the screen. This nice wide open three, right? One of those 4-pointer threes that I know Ross hates those, right? Then I got Derrick Queen in transition. He backtracking, pull up jumper. It's like nobody's really looking to run anyone off the line. We still over helping. We're not boxing out. We're not really battling on the boards. And another thing, when you talk about, I'm just saying generally, like with roster construction or roster utilization, when I look at Trey Murphy starting the first quarter as aggressive as he did, right? It's like, coach, they're going to adjust at some point. Will you be able to adjust when they adjust? Yep. Zion, first game ends with 11 field goal attempts. They can't do nothing with him in the paint. Second game, you're in the bonus, 5 minutes left. He got about 10 attempts. He ends the game with like 10 attempts. Like total. You're going the entirety of the third quarter without getting some of your best players' shot attempts. Meanwhile, everybody else is running amok. No disrespect to Sadiq Bey. Happy for his journey back. I'm a fan of Sadiq Bey. But every time Sadiq Bey touches the ball, he's floating to the side for an errant 3-point shot that almost has no chance of going in. I think he's like 2 for 20 something his last few games, if I'm not mistaken. What you got? Sadiq Bey with the post-up fadeaways. This low percentage shots. Guys are blowing layups. It's not all the coach's fault because, look, when you're missing 17 free throws, you deserve to lose. No coach is going to fix that. But as the coach, I expect you to say, hey, come over here. Let's tone it down. Get the ball to Will. Get the ball to the other Will and Trey Murphy. They got it going. Let's run some sets. Let's put Derrick Queen into action with those guys. But it's just too much freedom, bro. Like in closing, I saw one of Borrego's post-game press conferences where I was doing my live, and he said his goal is to not run plays or not have to call sets himself, just to have the offense do their own thing. Have the players do their own thing. I'm like, bro, no. You don't have a Chris Paul. You don't have, a Draymond Green IQ out there necessarily. You don't have that level of play. These guys barely have played together this season. You need to work. This is a hands-on job. You need to work and establish that identity yourself. And I think the fact that you have led in these games and your best players wasn't getting the ball down the stretch, I think that's more of a coaching issue versus not having, what he needs, quote unquote.
And that's really disappointing when you think about it, because that's one of the problems we had with Bill, where it was a lot of quote unquote. Now, I will say, no disrespect to James, because the offense does look better. The offense is better, right? It's head and shoulders. The movement is night and day. But one of the issues we had was it was a little too free flowing. It was a little bit too Bruce Lee, right? Like
water.
It was too much water.
Sniper.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's too formless.
Like I got no problem with a coach calling a play. What else, Snipe? You know what I'm saying? I really like, especially when shit started to get stagnant. That's when you like. I would like for that to step in. Now, I will say, in his defense, when you had the players, like you said, a Chris Paul, if you had players where I could do that, then I wouldn't need to step in to do those type of things. There was a run Friday in the first quarter where I think the Pelicans was down a quick 9, or it was either 9 or 11.
In the third, I believe.
No, like in the first quarter, because they started off very slow in the first quarter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm sitting there saying, call timeout. But kudos to him. He let him fight through it. It was on some Phil Jackson shit. You know what I'm saying? When Phil used to like let the Lakers or the Bulls get these leads. Right. Teams would get leads on them, and then, he'd just be standing there. But again, you got Michael, you got Scottie, you got Kobe, you got Shaq.
Right.
You could do that.
You can do that with them. Yeah.
Like this is not that. But I will say, to answer your question, bro, I feel like, man, it's multiple things going on. For one, the shooting, like we talked about the math is just not mathing. And man, that's one of the things the Pelicans need to fix immediately, bro, because you can't you playing these. Let's see when the last time I said Cleveland, they made 11 threes. How many double digit?
It was one game. Man, the Pelicans is such a frustrating team. I while you're looking for it, I'll say this, like, you know what it reminded me of? Chris Rock had a joke one time when he was like, I can't stand dudes that be like, I take care of my kids. I raise my kids. It's like, it's your kids.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, look, like for Borrego, I'm like, look, man, I know what you want to do. You want these guys to be, you want this to be self-sustainable and these guys to be self-sufficient. But even like with a lot of these coaches who are not thought to be like upper echelon coaches or brilliant minded coaches, we get into a point where it's like, we might as well have AI out there. Because nobody really wants to be super duper hands-on. And even some of the coaching decisions were just so bizarre, bro. Like in the first quarter, 10 minutes, like 10:30 left in regulation in the first quarter. You call a challenge on a blocking foul for Bryce McGowan. Now, in the end of the game, Eve Messi with a clean block. There's several plays that were worth a challenge. Now you ain't got no challenge, right? And going into this next game, and this is what I meant by he overcorrects. Going into this next game, I don't think he used the challenge whatsoever. So it's like, no, bro. It's like we just saying do the right thing, not to like just totally eliminate what you're doing. Just make those small adjustments. Look good.
It's simple. We just want simple basketball. Nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't have to be a math problem. You know, like we can take the complexity out of it. But to answer the question, I don't know. I'm gonna say this. It looks like they're averaging 10 makes from 3 on a year. But where does They're ranked 30th in the NBA. So
Yeah,
it's 30th in the NBA. The attempts, even the attempts, they 28th in attempts. They 22nd in make percentage at 34%. So like day one, off season, however the construction of this team is built, shooting needs to be a premium, bro. It gotta be a premium. But the other thing for me, Chaz, is Herbert's been out what 4 games?
He's out Monday too. So he's
5?
been out. He missed what? I think he missed Cleveland. Well, he left early when their last victory. He missed Cleveland. So he's about to be out about 4 or 5 games in a row?
It's about to be 5 games in a row. So their defense, obviously, Herb is a linchpin defensively. He's kind of like the brain of the whole defense. Mm-hmm. My problem with that is, like, all right, let me ask you this. Is defense a will, skill, or IQ thing?
I think it's more will. Now, it's a tough thing with the Pelicans, right? Because I think it's more will, but I also think that they don't necessarily have the skill for us physically. I don't think they're physically sound enough to defend. No disrespect to her, but it's a lot of times, even this season, where it's like, man, you just too skinny out there, bro. And it's like JV finally got his props because I've been saying this for a long time. We've been saying this for a long time. One of the biggest reasons why the defense was ranked so high because JV was a rebounding machine. He was a huge body player and he could rebound. His defensive liabilities were totally overstated his last couple of years here. Now you got all these skinny players along the perimeter, and they easy to get moved off the dribble and beat off the dribble. It's a wide open bucket. Some of them trying. And some guys not trying, and we'll talk about them later. But there are a couple of people not trying at all, man, and it's disappointing.
I mean, and to that point, right? Like with Herb, you've seen. The thing with Herb is you get early help recognition. Mm-hmm. Herb understands time, situation, personnel. He knows who's on the floor. Like his timing of the help. See, because that's another thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like when are you going to help?
Yeah,
you going too early or you going too late? You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's the weak side rotations have been trash, and there's no communication. Like you gotta talk on defense, bro. You know what? For all JV's inadequacies on defense, I could be in my living room and hear him talking on the floor. Like he was the command center. He was yelling out screens. I don't hear nobody doing that, bro. Like nobody's talking. Herb is a quiet guy, but Herb bleeds more with action. You got to have somebody on the floor who gonna talk.
And that's my biggest issue again, bro. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. But that's also my biggest issue with some of the JV decisions because I don't care if Looney just totally washed. He can't play 5 minutes. He can't give you about 7. He can't give you about 7 minutes. DeAndre Jordan don't sit down during the games, so he can't give you about 5 minutes. You need somebody because this is a training process. This is like a prolonged orientation where you're trying to create new habits and teach. But it's like if you just running everything you ran last year and there's not going to be any real significant changes. That I see a major issue with that because I think a lot of the defense has to come from the back end, right? I think like DeAndre Jordan, a guy like that, because he's closer to the rim and he has the largest vantage point where he can see everything that's happening. The fact that you don't have a center right now and Derek Queen's a rookie, it's like whether you really like, and you just refusing to play a center. Period. Shout out to Carlo. Carlo isn't a center. Carlo's another power forward.
Right.
Like you're just refusing to play the guys who have some defensive experience, have defended at a high level. Even if they're washed, their communication can teach some of the younger guys. And right now, you're just not seeing that at all.
I'm saying, like, that's the thing. You paying Looney $8 million. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of what
DeAndre getting close to 3. It's a minimum $10 million just on the bench chilling.
Yo, I texted y'all last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Are we sure DeAndre can't play?" And I ain't saying 30 minutes, but I'm saying DeAndre can't get 5 minutes. He can't. I guarantee you. I think if you gave DeAndre if you gave DeAndre Jordan 10 minutes, right? I'm pretty sure he gave you 5 and 5.
Bro, because we talking about like 2-3 minutes per quarter. That's not a lot to ask for, though. Like, it really isn't. And like, as a person who I really been advocating for double big lineups, because you're not getting killed by like Shaq and some of the bigs that's out there abusing the Pelicans. These are lower tier centers, not Mark Williams, but Nick Richards, lower tier guy. He came off the bench, got about 3-4 boards just in his limited minutes. What's that dude? Man's name starts with an R. From last night, he was just up and down the court, bro. Just it was ridiculous, bro. Like, far as just the pace and intensity, you need 7-foot players, bro. Like, you need 7-foot players. You need guys with some athletic prowess. To Fleming, thank you, Bayou Sniper. Yeah, Rasheed Fleming.
Rasheed Fleming. Yeah,
bro. There was a sequence, and I ain't gonna lie, boy. I'm pissed off with Derek Queen right now, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's talk about it.
I'm as upset as I've ever been with him, because it was a point where Fleming is at the he's above the free throw line, right? Derek Queen is beyond the arc. Fleming gets the ball. No, well, I think the either Fleming got the ball or it was maybe Dylan Brooks, one of them got the rebound. Fleming runs past the free throw line. Well, past the free throw line, past the arc. Derek Queen's way behind him, trailing them. I'm like, Derek, no, that's your guy. You gotta, you're kind of above the break. You're not like collapsing to go get no rebounds or nothing. And that's more so what I mean when you ask the skill or will and stuff like that. It's like some of it is just motor. Like, some of it is guys just don't give a damn. Like, a lot of the times, man, it's crazy.
Man, shout out to Bayou Sniper. Shout out to that boy Ivory. Shout out to Chris Conner, man. We did a draft breakdown on Rasheed Fleming. Everything you see in today is literally on the film from college, bro. Like, that's what he does. He's gonna be a rotational player in the NBA from day one. And the thing about that is I'm talking about will skill or IQ. It's like DQ, right? I was there Friday. I think I texted y'all. I was like, man, we
didn't know it was his birthday yet. We didn't know about it.
Either maybe I tweeted it, but I was like, bro, because you texted too. You texted. Yeah, I think you tweeted it. I tweeted it. You texted. I'm like, man, DQ ain't got it tonight. He ain't moving. He's stepping quick, saying like he ain't trying to defend. He like, and this is after I just read a report. I think he was second in rookies in stocks in the NBA. And he just had no movement. And this ain't, obviously we ain't hate because that's our dog. We
advocate for him.
Yeah, we just keep it a bean. But man, you gotta get that effort, bro. Like, and I mean, Fears is getting destroyed defensively too. If we being honest, I think that was Shamir had the on off, the plus minus for his stats, and I don't remember what it was, but he's been a net negative for the past couple weeks. Really, let me ask you this: do you think Fears is running to? I know we're talking about Queen, but Queen is. I'm gonna just lump both of them in there because it feels unfair. I don't want to pick on either one of them. Yeah, because Fears had a good game. Yes, he had 8 rebounds. He had 18 points. Do you think? Shout out to my. That's why we fuck with y'all, man. -19. Appreciate you, bro. Do you think they're running into a rookie wall?
I think some of it is that. I also think, like with Fears is a guy that just needs to be reined in more. I think he has an incredible motor to where his body is moving faster than his mind. Some of the, like, I didn't anticipate the rebound, and I didn't anticipate the 3-point shooting. I also think that he shouldn't be starting. I think you had a point where it's like, he was kind of anointed in a sense because some of the issues that was happening between, Poole and Willie Green and Poole's injuries. And it's easier to give somebody some money than it is to take the money away from them. So I think, I think some of that is just him kind of just moving too fast and like too much dip on the ship, this irrational decision making. Now the effort is always there. The effort is always there on the boards. The effort is there defensively. He just don't know what to do.
So my bad.
No, I was going that to me. That's my fears thing. We'll talk. I guess we talk about Queen.
Yeah. Well, just to keep on Fears for a second. Fears is in the month of December. He is 41% from the field, 26% from three. Like I said yesterday, he had 18 points, 8 rebounds. He was 0 for 4 from three. Now let me ask you this: I know you said he shouldn't start, but is Fears' shooting slump tied to a role regression or confidence issues? Because we're starting to see his minutes kind of roller coaster a bit too.
Yeah, I think it's less of a role regression. I think it's just looking to find his spots on offense, and his inability to finish at the rim effectively has been like significant. Like Fears to me, kind of like Derek, I don't think they're really plus minus players, right? Because I'll say for Friday, I thought Fears should have been playing in the fourth over Bryce.
Agreed.
Yesterday, I thought Fears made some pretty bad mistakes. I still don't think Bryce should have been playing, but I thought Fears made some significant mistakes. Whereas, like, I like to view things like this, even with Jordan Poole shooting. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah.
Where's the anomaly? Because I go through this. We go through this every year with Trey Murphy. Like, damn, Trey can't shoot no more, and it's like, is this the anomaly or is this par for the course? If Jordan Poole is a career 36% shooter, I expect for him to get back to about 36% at some point.
Yeah.
With Fears, I think him shooting like 40% and shit, that's an anomaly. It'll probably get settled back at like maybe 34, 33 at some point, given how bad this month has been. But I just think it's him, confusion. I think he's not meant to be out there without a leash, in my opinion.
Yeah, and being 19 too, like, we always talk about this team in the unestablished hierarchy. I don't know if it was yesterday, but I think Fears might have led the team in shots.
Let me see. I wouldn't be shocked. He might have had like 19 or something crazy.
Because I know, was Trey 6 for 9 from three yesterday, or was that Friday?
Hold on, let me go to it.
My bad.
No, you good. You good. I had it almost queued up right here. He led the team in shots with 19 attempts, 7 for 19 from the field, 0 for 4 from three, 4 for 4 from the free throw, 8 rebounds. And Trey was 6 for 12, 6 for 9 from beyond the arc, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
So to me, that's kind of like part of the math problem, right? If Trey's 6 for 9 from three, my brother, you gotta shoot at least 6 more.
Right. You gotta move. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you. Unfortunately, I don't know. I'm sure everybody like hoop with somebody who was super smart that was only on the team to raise the GPA of the team. Like, Trey, you are single-handedly raising the makes and the shooting percentage for this team. Like, it's not a reason that he not. Again, if you got it going like that, when you 6 for 9, I need you to shoot at least 15 of them bitches. I need you to just let it fly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made 6. I wouldn't even want to stop shooting. What's the point of not getting those shots up?
I wish Trey played more like Sadiq Bey from a reckless abandonment standpoint. One of the issues is when I guess because I said this earlier, and it's not a knock against Sadiq Bey, but Sadiq Bey is not a shooter in the shooting lineup no more. So you still, to your earlier point, for as roster construction, you running one shooter lineups out there with Trey. So if I'm Trey, I'm putting Dylan Brooks on him, and you're gonna have to figure it out, dog. Like, to his credit, I mean, last game or so he did figure it out, but once it gets to the second half of these games, third quarter, fourth quarter, you gotta find some looks for these guys. 9-minute mark Friday, Trey hits the go-ahead 3 to put the Pelicans up 5. Immediately, Zion is subbed out the game. I don't even know if Trey got another shot during that game, honestly. Like, it was just like, What are we doing here? Can we get some screens? Can we get some ball action? Can we get the ball in Derek Queen's hands? Can we just get some actions going now that they're like, oh, they on to me? I'm not gonna just keep hiding right here. And can we stop parking Zion in the corner? Can we just do something different? Can we get some creativity? And that's the thing I think kind of stalls a Trey outside of his own doing.
It's so much to talk about, man. Because all right, so again, Bill not here no more. James is in control of this thing.
Yeah.
I'm having the same issues hierarchy-wise about who is taking the shots and why such and such is not taking those shots. It shouldn't be the people in the chat, Mark Scout without clout, Bayou Sniper, like it shouldn't take us to say, yo, Trey need to shoot more. It shouldn't take you to go on your live stream to be like, bro, why isn't Trey not taking these additional shots? Why is Zion allowing himself to be parked in the corner? I know what the game plan is, but fuck the game plan at some point.
Right. And
my bad.
No, I totally agree with you. Like, that's why to me, I don't like the idea of the pace type offense they play with, because it gives too many players free reign. When you can't shoot, you don't need to play with a lot of pace. When you got a passer like Derek Queen and a guy that could get to the rim like Zion, you probably need to slow it down. Because if with the Pelicans, it's like if Sadiq Bey, and I'm not picking on Sadiq Bey because I like Sadiq Bey, I'm just saying from a coaching standpoint how things need to be toned down a bit. If Sadiq Bey get the rebound, he ain't passing the ball. Whatever, he don't care. Time, score, situation, he get that motherfucking rebound, he bringing it up the court. Fade away. He go bringing up the court, shooting from the corner, fading away. Jose, same thing. It's just totally insane, right? Or even if it's a situation where Zion just got to the line twice, that's 4 points right there. You're in the bonus. The next play, next 3-4 possessions, he might not like touch the ball, period. And I'm like, Coach, this is winning time. It's 5 minutes left. You got to be more hands-on than ever. This ain't get it how you live time. Whereas with Trey, I do think a lot of it is how he's being defended. I've talked to some people to say, yo, man, people been on him about not taking these contested jumpers. Again, last game, I thought he took more. Game before that, I thought he took a little bit more. I want to give some credit to Dillon Brooks, but it's been all season. To me, that's why I don't want to let the players off the hook, and I don't want to let the coaching staff off the hook neither, because these ain't new issues. This is just all season, and it just looked like a carryover from Bill. To me, it just looked like more of a carryover from just what Bill was doing as far as, free-flowing offense.
You've been traumatized for so long. It's so hard to, it's so hard to get out a new mindset because of the bullshit you've been through in the past with Bill. But man, for me, I don't know. I feel like, so I've been saying the same thing. The same thing I've been saying for Zion is the same thing that goes for Trey, man. If I'm on the floor, especially if I got a hot hand, swing that bitch back this week. Come holler at me. I seen we were talking about Zion parked in the corner, right? Mm-hmm. At some point, I'm gonna look at the mismatch of who's on me and be like, Zion, bro,
can I get the ball?
You're right. Can somebody please just take a look at me? You know what I'm saying? I see, and that's why when people sometimes speak through the media, I don't have a problem with, especially players. I don't have a problem with that. Somebody
I need that shot.
I need that, even though he shot that.
he missed, but it's the principle.
It's the principle, bro. It's the principle. Somebody got to understand. I'm the man. Right. Last time I checked, I was the man on this team,
bro. And that's the thing that really annoys me. And I get, we talked about Stan Van Gundy. This is the last time I'm gonna mention Stan Van Gundy on this show, right? Right. So we talked about Stan Van Gundy so much. It was like, bro, if you don't establish a clear hierarchy with your players, and everybody think this is an equal opportunity situation, It's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work, bro. And I think they too caught up in. That's why I hate the fun aspect of this. You too caught up in fun as a collective. The focus got to be desperation and winning. The messaging got to be desperation and winning. They can't do nothing with you, son. You 8 for 11. So whoever get the rebound, if they not passing you the ball, you gotta flash out. You gotta go crazy. Trey, same thing. You gotta flash the fuck out. Now, where I contradict myself a little bit with that is, again, it's like, well, fuck. I can only deal with who players are. I can only deal with who you are, or I can only try to like make you different or breed you to be different. If my philosophy is also just pace and space and everybody just do your thing, then you're gonna see Point Herb. You're gonna see the shit Jose was doing early in the season. Not as much now, to Jose's credit. You're gonna see what Fears does. You're gonna see what Sadiq Bey does. And it's like time score situation, man. And that's why it's like you gotta, some of those guys have won at a high level, some of them haven't, but you gotta get some winners on the staff as well that know what it's supposed to look like, bro. Like, you got to know what it's supposed to look like. I don't give a fuck if Zion don't want the ball. He's like, I don't want to do it. I'm good. No, let's run this set real quick. Zion, get in the post real quick. Hit the ball coming to you, brother. Like, you got to go for it. And that's just the issue, like, to me.
I say, Mark, I ain't mad at this take. He not a big, right? Like, I don't think he is a big, but I do think, depending on what the matchup is,
it could be more of a big.
Yeah, like, you got to take advantage of some of these things, because, man, I hate to bring this Zion conversation, but it's like his
when you're the best player on the team, it gotta be, a lot of it falls on you when you're the best player of the team.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. Not shitting on Zion, but his game's so limited. Right, it's only certain ways you could get the basketball and do, because you realistically finishing between 0 to 6 feet of the basket. You know what I'm saying? So if you not, even if you catch it, and you catch the basketball in space and you go with your move, like, it's not the best. Or I will say the Pelicans haven't found a way to figure out the best version of how to get him that, like, type of game. But it goes back to shooting, right? Because even if you go 5 out, right? I'm not about to sit up here and respect Fears is shooting 26 from 3. Queen, for his part, has shot the better part of 50% from 3 the last couple games, but I'm not respecting that. I will respect Trey. I'm probably gonna let Sadiq, shoot it, and I'm still gonna face Zion. So you still need, threats.
You need additional shoot no matter what. I think the greatest issue I found with the Zion utilization, and I wish it was just, I really just wish it was just him. Like, because I could really lock in. The Trey thing is a little troubling. It's kind of unsettling to me. The thing, I just would like to see your best 3 offensive players in the actions together, dog. Like, that's really all I'm like, for us with the coaching staff. I'm like, you limited with the shooting.
Right.
You got, let's say your closers, and you already know for the most part going to be Queen, Zion, and Trey, right? The threat of Jordan Poole is still there. The efficiency is not there at all, but the threat is still there. The way, like, I'm not going to just leave them wide open. Like, as a defender, you might not do that. But it's like, if we just not going to run the actions, period, I don't understand it at all. Like, if we just not going to run the actions, because it's getting to the point, like, all right, let's say if I count the free throws from Friday's game. If I count the free throws, I think he shot 14 free throws. So let's say that's 17 field goal attempts. That's probably 17 to 18 field goal attempts if all of those fouls occurred on shot attempts. It's like, still not enough, dog. Like, I think my problem with the coaching staff, because this is specifically on back-to-back games, on the front end of back-to-backs, they keep trying to thread the fucking needle. Like, I'm gonna save some of the guys' minutes for tomorrow. Bro, there is no tomorrow. Win the game and go on about your business. Win the game and go on about your business. Every time they try to play that game, they end up losing the second night of a back-to-back, and sometimes they end up losing the front end, like with Dallas, like you saw. They ended up winning, thankfully. Was it who did they play at? Was it the Pacers they played before they played Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken? So they end up winning that. But as far as the minutes distribution, the time of the substitutions, taking out the guys when they got it going, when they feeling that confidence, like, yo, I'm touching the ball on every possession. That's not the time to sub a motherfucker out. Or that's not the time to draw up something for whoever get the rebound. Or, well, not to draw up something, but that's not time to, not scold them for doing something dumb when they get the rebound. I just don't like the approach personally.
Let me ask you this. Just Zion specific. Zion, obviously he's been coming off the benches of late, and he's had some really efficient scoring games. Some efficient scoring games. I'm with Justin. At first, I understand what he's saying as a coach. Obviously, as a player, you want to start. But I'm of the mindset now that obviously Zion coming off the bench, it does create like he's got to attack the second unit guys because he's Zion better than everybody when he on the floor, but I'm saying specifically the second unit, and he don't have to sacrifice defensive matchups. You know what I'm saying? Like letting him set the tone, do that. So my question to you is, does Zion lead the bench more effectively than he does when he starts?
You know what? And this is not a cop-out, but I think it's kind of like about what and what. And the reason I say it's about what and what is because we didn't see in games when he started. We go back to that Clippers game earlier this year. He started, I think he had 2 shot attempts in the third. Well, by the time we got to halftime, he had 2 shot attempts. Yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I just think generally they just don't know how to use. I'm going to say they don't know how to maximize talent. Generally, this coaching staff, because even with the substitutions, it's like just because it's probably Queen. Let's say if Queen comes off the floor, just because he's coming off the floor, that don't mean the opposing team's 4 or 5 is coming off the floor. So you still got to play basically the same way. Pairing him with Poole, I guess, works in theory if you consider him and Poole like to be shooters. I mean, Trey and Poole as a 2-shooter lineup. But I just think for years now, there's just been a major issue with getting Zion the ball and getting him the ball specifically when it's winning time. And it's just too constant. Like when I watch some of the Suns people tweet during the game, they was like, "Oh man, Zion, he's killing Mark Williams. This can't continue." And I was like, "Don't worry, it won't. It won't." Like they're not giving the ball. Like it is not. And the fact that it's that crazy and it's that predetermined, it's just mind blowing to me. It's that predictable. It's really just mind blowing to me that you can't. I'm not comparing Zion to these players talent wise. Right. Talent wise, he could be on whatever spectrum anyone wants. Right. I'm just saying, as the de facto best player on the team, who like 8 for 11, you making your free throws, he's doing this thing, and you in the bonus. You're not gonna get him the ball. You're not gonna draw him. I just can't imagine that happening to Kawhi, Harden, what's his name, Halliburton. I can't imagine that happened to Siakam. I just can't imagine a coach letting a motherfucker slide with that for as long as it's been happening.
All right, bet. All right, so this. All right, I'm glad you said that. I've heard Kawhi say 2 things in my whole life: I'm a fun guy, and laugh. You telling me when this shit on the line, you telling me I know Kawhi is in them boys' face. Yeah, I need the basketball. I know he's not sitting back quiet. I know it's not a laughing matter. I don't think Ty Lue or Pop, whoever gotta go and say we gotta get our best player to basketball. To me, that's gotta be a team. That's got to be an ideology thing. Yeah.
You know what I think it is too, Lito? Because I agree with you. I think Kawhi play with. I'm not calling nobody a loser. I'm saying
Yeah.
Kawhi play with winners.
Yeah.
Kawhi,
Yeah.
like, because if I'm trying to think who else on that team. If Nick Batum looks off James Harden and Kawhi Leonard and decide to do his own thing, boy, we might never see Nick Batum again. Because it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be anarchy because it's like you got a bunch like Nick Batum that played with Dame, Nick Batum that played with Aldridge when he was doing his thing.
Yep.
We already know everybody. James Harden that played. James Harden had to play second fiddle to Russell Westbrook and KD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, he wasn't always that guy. Like he had to take a step back to Tim Duncan, Tony, Ginobili. You know, they let him become that guy, and then that didn't last long. He ended up leaving. But like, go down if you get a chance. Look at the Warriors timeline tonight, right? And because nobody think all the Warriors want Steve Kerr gone. I don't think anyone holds Steve Kerr in high regard as a coach.
Yeah.
And they like, man, he got Moses Moody out there just doing whatever he want to do. Yeah. He got Pods out there tripping. Like, no, it's like a dog. Me and Lito talk about dogs a lot. I don't mean no disrespect to the players, but you got to breed certain shit out your dogs. If your dog don't come to you housebroken and ready to go and know how to live, you got to breed certain shit out your dogs. And I just don't think that's being bred out of these dogs. Sadly, it's just everybody trying to get paid seemingly.
Man,
like it's like crazy.
It's like that shit. That shit I sent you, man. That your dog gotta go catch a hog, man.
Yeah,
your dog gotta go gun down a hog. I need to know my dog could bring down a hog. If you the baddest thing on the floor, I need to know. Like, bro, like it's this. There's been this. This is not at all related to this, but thinking about it, there's this. This dude was talking about how Magic Johnson wouldn't be able to play in the NBA today. It was a dude on Twitter, bro. Like he was like playing Magic Johnson clips, and he was like, "Man, Magic Johnson had no right hand. He couldn't shoot a jumper." And it's like, brother, Magic Johnson was 6'9", 6'10", doing shit, doing sorcery. like, what are you talking about? But anyways, I'm saying all that to say, like, you gotta play. Magic Johnson came in, he changed the game, right? As a rookie. You knew Magic Johnson was a dog. I'm going to lead this team, not lead it, but I'm going to be the second best player on this team. I'm going to lead them to the championship. I'm going to ask you this question because I don't know if you was on the show, but I asked Five and I asked, I think, Justin, is Zion Williamson a winning player?
I think he's a winning talent. See, this is the shitty part. It goes back to because I'll be honest. I count Borrego as an extension of Willie Green. I think Griff got 4 coaches in the end. I think he ended up winning in the end. You slimy fuck. I don't really see Borrego as like super different from Willie Green. I think everybody that's been in this building is culpable to some degree. I think I just never seen Zion with a good coach. I've never seen it. Now I've seen him make a ton of winning plays down the stretch of what was that, a season and a half ago. I saw him with the Lakers shit, you know, but that's still isolated moments. I saw him when he got the second All-Star bid. Well, Steve Saw with the third All-Star bid. I saw him be one of the best players in the NBA, top 10 looking player in the NBA, and I saw it lead to wins. As far as mentality wise, I really don't care what a player's mentality is if they're talented, right? If they're good, because you can think you're a dog and you just dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think somebody asked D-Boy, is he a beta or something? It's an irrelevant question. His personality doesn't matter really whatsoever. It's about, can he score the basketball? Is he the best player? And no matter who they are, the best player got to get the ball when the game on the line. And I think that's really what it is, bro. Like, your best player got to get the ball when the game is on the line. And if you can't do that, then I mean, I don't know. I just think it gets to a point where you got deeper issues.
Man, I'm sorry. I was trying to look up because you talked about you said who Zion was on the floor with, and I was just looking up like 2-3 man lineups to see like just who is doing anything on the floor, like as far as like the plus minus. So 2-man lineups per the Pelicans, it appears the best 2-man lineup with 313 minutes is a plus 2.8 is Herb Jones and DQ, which is not what I would have expected at all.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, and I don't mean there's no disrespect to nobody. This ain't the season for the advanced analytics with the Pelicans, particularly.
Yeah,
because there's no way you got two motherfucking eyes in your head that you would say that. Period. Like just like this is no way, and it's not a knock on either of those players. It is like watching the games, like watching the games, thinking about where the team has shortcomings. And you say, well, what's the two most troubling issues with the team? Neither of those guys necessarily address those things or affect those things. I think Derek does with defensive rebounding to some degree, and he's a rookie, so it kind of you kind of take it with a grain of salt with him being a rookie. I just think with this team, the lineup's been weird. The talent is all over the fucking board. Jordan Poole's been hurt majority of the year. Zion was hurt. Now Herb's also been hurt the majority of the year at this point. I said DeJounte's out. It's just tough to really get a make on the team from an advanced analytics standpoint to see where lineups work. But I will also say there's worse rosters out here winning. Like there's worse, like the Nets. The Nets ain't got the best roster. Like Cam just came back yesterday. Prior to Cam coming back, the Nets didn't have the best roster. The teams you lost to, the Nets being one of them. You lost to Memphis twice. One of those games you had a double-digit lead, and then that Memphis game you had what? The Edie was there, Jaren Jackson Jr. was there, but you lost to KCP, Cam Spencer, and Coward. The rest of them dudes, everybody was hurt. Ty Jerome was hurt. Ja didn't play. Who else didn't play? Brandon Clark was out. I think Santi might have played. Like I just think the Pelicans just don't know how to win, and I don't think that changes without a new coaching voice in that building.
Hold on, because I'm with you. I'm trying to see what the Nets are. The Nets are 10-19.
I think they just beat the piss out of Minnesota the other day. Yo, you know what, bro? That's why you're looking, I'll say this. That's why I think, and I'm gonna be honest, I think they letting Borrego off the hook with that talent argument, dog. Because your bar ain't to win a championship. You just gotta beat teams you're supposed to beat and win games when you're leading.
Yeah.
You were supposed to beat Memphis. You probably was supposed to beat the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like these games are competitive. You're leading in a lot of these games, and you got double-digit leads in some of these games. You just can't close. You just can't get the job done. If they would have split versus Phoenix, the dynamic, they would have gotten away with doing a lot of bad things. Again, he can't help the free throws, and he can't make nobody rebound. But
Shad. My bad.
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, but look at the math, right?
Right,
the Brooklyn Nets, 14 made threes a game. 14 made threes. They shooting 41 threes. They shooting 41 threes a game. And they making the bitches at 34%, 34 and a half, 35. Let's give them 35.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was just gonna say, is it just the mat? Like, no, you shooting 41 of them bitches? Now,
here's where the mat counters, though. The mat counters. You're not getting blown out. You losing by 1 and 2 possessions. Yeah. So if you was getting the dog shit beat out you like earlier in the season, it's like, well, damn, like ain't nothing you can do. But if you losing a made 3-point, like, cause they I think I can't remember exactly what game. I think it was the Dallas game. The Dallas lost where they actually won the 3-point battle and lost the game, if I'm not mistaken. It's like at the end of these end of the game situations, you can't generate a good look, and your best players aren't getting the ball. You're losing by 1 or 2 possessions. Like even with that with the Suns game Friday, right? If we go to the Suns game, of course, 17 missed free throws. Ain't nothing. No coach in the NBA is fixing 17 missed free throws, right? But you getting killed on the boards because for one, you won't play a center, and the desire to rebound just doesn't seem to be there. But you lost that game by 7. I don't if you want to count like the end of the game fouls and shit, but you only lost a 3-point battle by 3 attempts. That's 9 points.
Facts.
You shot 42 free throws to their 25. You had 81 shot attempts to their 91 shot attempts, right? In the rebounding battle, which contributes to the free throws, you lost that 52 to 38 because you don't want to play centers and you guys not boxing out or what have you. And the Suns haven't even played well.
Yeah,
like the Suns haven't even played well recently, in my opinion. It's just like there's so many things at the end of games, bro. It's just a lack of wherewithal from the staff and from the players. Like we talk, and this is not put it on Jose because I thought they should have called a timeout. You up what? They up 3 or something like that. No, yep. they up 4 or 5. Like 40 seconds left. Jose turns the ball over. They go down, hit a big bucket.
Oh yeah.
Then ensuing possession, you miss. Minnesota got the ball. You got, I don't know if Jose was supposed to switch and Trey was supposed to come over and help with Ant, but Jose one-on-one with Ant. Why Jose is in the game in that situation and not Micah Peavy on Ant, I have no idea. Right? Then you go into overtime and you do it again. You still got Jose guarding Ant. It's just some of the things where I'm just like, you couldn't win one of these games. You couldn't. Like, man, I don't know, man.
Listen, man, it's tough when you're a bad defensive team, right? You don't have there's no easy score that you have. Like you have to work. The shout out to Bayou Sniper. The rookie big man on your team is probably your best offensive weapon as far as initiating and get everybody else involved.
When you use them.
When you use them, right? You don't rebound well. You don't protect the rim, and you don't shoot a lot of threes. You got problems, bro.
That's some of this is the Zion minutes restriction being an issue as well, and the injuries with Poole earlier this season. But I think it's a refusal to just go into your best defense. If you're the Pelicans, is a good offense. That's gonna be your best defense. So, like when we do the lives, bro, and this is the part that drives everybody crazy. It's like, oh Lord, here come the Jose lineups with Jose and Fears, Jose and whoever. And like, oh Lord, here come the Micah Peavy and Herb lineup. There's like this super duper like prevent offense to where like you just trying to we're not gonna score, but we're gonna stop them from scoring. It's like, no, bro, you need to keep your foot on the gas consistently. You gotta have an offensive guy out there at every step of the way, kind of. And it's when you're injury ridden, I understand it, but yet and still, when you healthy, it ain't no reason for some of these things we see. And no disrespect to Bryce, but Bryce was playing well. I don't think he was playing as well as Justin said he was playing, but he was playing okay for who he is.
Came back down to earth for sure.
But that's following 2 back-to-back DNPs. Yeah, 2 back-to-back DNPs. Well, I'm just like, I don't like. It's just, to me, it's dumb. Because if you doing that because you worried about him at the end of the season only being able to play X amount of games, why do you think about end of the season at all? You need to face the threat in front of you. You need to win every game possible. So he getting DNPs because he on a 2-way, but DeAndre Jordan is active, and he don't got no intention on playing.
You know what it is? It's the Brandon Boston situation all over again. Like when Brandon was cooking, they were so scattered with his minutes. He ain't know, like, you ain't know when he was playing or how he was gonna play, or like fuck the I get it to an extent because, like you said, it's a two-way situation. So he only got a certain number of games he can play.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if that is to the detriment of the team, because obviously he was playing well enough for they could win those games.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be something else. But now he's come back down to earth because whether it be he's out of rhythm, maybe he lost confidence in himself, maybe he thought he was going back to the G League. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. But
I think and I'm gonna say this, bro, and I think when people do the knowledge, I think they're gonna see it when they do the knowledge. They're gonna have to Google a lot of shit when they're gonna have to do the knowledge. So far, Coach Borrego has had more games. He's had a healthier roster, and he's got the softer part of the schedule, and he's got players when they're kind of more at their best. He's got a healthier Jordan Poole, and he got a better version of Trey Murphy. And Zion. Let's just call Zion even, because you don't know what the fuck was going on with Zion. I think we got ample data at this point, though. It's like, bro, you gotta win. like falling and flying look the same. Salt and sugar look the same. That don't mean shit is sweet. You gotta win, and you've been in position to win a lot of these games. They should have at least 12 wins. Like, all I asked for was 10 going into the new year. I ain't care who you beat. Give me 10 wins going into the new year. I'm rocking with you. And to face plant back to back in these two games, it's been disheartening, man.
We eight games.
We 8-24, last in the West.
Lord Jesus.
And the thing is, people was 8-25. Pardon me. People was giving us respect. People was like, hey, the Pelicans out the cellar, man. They doing their thing.
Yep.
And it was like watching the game though. Like, cause I'm telling you, bro, some motherfuckers they watch the game on their computer. They might catch the fourth and be like, oh, it was a dog fight. It was like, no, just like shout out to Fletcher Mackel. Fletcher Mackel said that year that Willie Green won 49 games. And I ain't no fan of Willie Green. That year, Willie Green won 49 games. Borrego would have won 50 plus games. And I'm saying, based on what we see in this season, you have no evidence of that. Because some of these games you should have won. So how I know he wouldn't have lost some of the games he was supposed to win that year. It's just tough, man.
Do you think do you give Borrego the end of the season with a roster that may suit him and think that this team could be
flush smoke?
Not the Bostonville sniper, man.
My bad, Lito. My bad.
Man, I was in the Ville earlier, man.
Oh man.
Do you think given how this team is played out, like they get a feel for how Borrego wants to hoop, they get the players that Borrego wants to get. You still got to figure out your Zion situation.
Mm-hmm.
You think that he could then turn this team into? I ain't saying 50 plus. Can you give me 40 wins?
You say by the end of the year?
No. I'm saying with a quote unquote Borrego roster.
Nah, I don't think so. Because, and I don't mean this. I'm not saying it in a fucked up way. But it's like you ain't never won nowhere. Like it ain't how much. Like, and if I gotta build a perfect roster for you. Not saying he needs to be a perfect roster, but if I got to build an ideal roster for you, why not I just get my own ideal coach and he could it's like why thread the needle with you or kick the can with you when I ain't get to pick my own coach yet. And I need a coach that's going to really establish identity. And I think right now the identity is still just get it how you live. They're not quitting. They're not really like no chumps, but they was walking down a couple teams earlier in this season too. Everybody happy when you winning, but Zion, he happy coming off the bench. You winning, but one motherfucker start losing, everybody start, they stop caring as much. So, I don't think Borrego is the type of coach you adjust to and give him anything. He's a bottom below average coach, in my opinion. He's had several years with Charlotte. Yeah, that team was tanking, but I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, Leo. if Borrego had coached what was the Cavaliers record last season? In the chat, can somebody tell us the Cavaliers record last season and smash the like button?
And smash the like button.
Yo,
you realize Borrego got fired on a winning season? I didn't realize they had
his sole winning season, right?
yeah.
one winning season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I asked that to say, now the Cavs won 60. I think Clay say 64. Let's just go with it, right?
All right.
64 wins last year. The Cavs won. And Detroit been busting ass this year. They won 64-18. Thank you, Chung. Thank you, both you guys. And Detroit is number 1 in the East right now, 24-7. Do you think if Borrego was the head coach instead of Bickerstaff or Kenny Atkinson, in either one of those scenarios, those teams would have been as successful?
Man, that's tough. Because, see, at that point for me, all right.
Kenny Atkinson won Coach of the Year, and Borrego was in the running for that job. And Bickerstaff last year, well, damn, they had back-to-back successful seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Because Bickerstaff was the coach before Kenny, right?
No. Yeah, Bickerstaff was the coach before Kenny, and Monty was the coach before Bickerstaff in Detroit. Soon as Bickerstaff got their shit turned around, now some of it could be timing. Cade was finally healthy, but as soon as Bickerstaff got with the same players, shit turned around.
And listen, this isn't no. I think Kenny Atkinson a good coach. I really was vying for him to be the head coach here.
Me too. I like it.
I think that was a shot you should have took. But you know what happened with that whole situation of Griff bringing people in, asking them what he said. Kyra Lewis and
Nikhil. Like, what do you think about Kyra and Nikhil? What kind of oil you like? Like what kind of shit is what?
Do you think they could be your starting guards in a few? Like, I'm definitely not taking this job.
Oh my god!
But to answer your question, I'm gonna say I think 64. I don't know if they win 64, but do I think they'd have won probably mid 50s?
Okay.
The thing with me is, regardless of Brandon Ingram said it, and I ain't trying to bring up BI. They got by on talent alone, and in the NBA, if you got like. Whether you consider Donovan a superstar or not, Donovan good enough to win you games.
I consider him a superstar.
Okay, yeah. I ain't mad at that. I know some people, they got
on the fence. On the fence with it. Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Donovan gonna win you games. If Darius Garland, the only thing with that team is health, right?
Yeah, it's always been an issue. Yeah.
If Mobley healthy, if Darius healthy, and if Jared Allen healthy, like you got a 50-win team easy. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think a whole lot of coaching got to be necessarily. The thing about that team is too, them dudes all got pedigree. The crazy enough, if you think about it,
they've won other places.
The person with the least pedigree in that scenario is probably Donovan Mitchell, and I'm just saying that from the point of where he started college and where he ended college. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like. Everybody else, Evan Mobley came in college as the guy. Darius Garland was the guy.
Do you count the Jazz years though for Donovan? Donovan was a monster with the Jazz, boy.
No. Yeah, no, I do count them years, but I'm saying like high school to freshman.
Oh yeah, for us who people think you supposed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He ain't have that. Like, ain't nobody seen this was gonna be Donovan Mitchell. Like, I feel like he exceeded like all expectations.
It was like a Paul George ascension.
Yeah. I don't like seeing him play at Louisville. And
he's better than Paul to me.
Yeah, I mean, Paul. Man, the thing was,
I said that because Paul left so much money on the table. Like, that's why I say that. In the injury.
You know what's crazy though? People say the same thing about Donovan too.
Yeah, Donovan ain't never won no ring.
Donovan he never won no ring.
Yeah, and they getting swept. Only thing he got is he can say, man. They been injured. Garland been injured. Mobley been injured. Allen been injured. I'm out this bitch dropping 60 points in the playoffs and we losing. Like, what can I do? But all right, so what about, because this is the more confrontational one. What's the word I'm looking for? Controversial one.
Yeah.
What about Detroit?
Now see that one?
Because he probably it's same. That's the same team.
Like, now see that? I think that's some damn coaching right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think you. What's their record?
Right now they're 24-7. Now, if I go back to last year, they were 44-38. Had a hell of a playoff series as well. I mean, I don't know, sir. Like, you know how you just try to be. Look, man. You know, I just think if we talk about tiers, I just think, you know, the tiers are just it's just levels to this, right? Like it's just levels. And when you like a bottom tier below average coach, the best thing you could do is surround yourself with an incredible staff. So we thought, like Steve Kerr did. Steve Kerr, Mike Brown, what's the boy? Kenny Atkinson, Alvin Gentry, like far as these incredible offensive minds that kind of changed the game. Whereas with with the Pelicans, I really don't want to presume that Borrego would change this staff much. He might like this staff.
Yeah.
And man, that was the Willie Green excuse for years. Like, well, he ain't got his own staff. He got Stan staff. Once he got his own staff, okay. You know,
let me ask you this, because that's a valid question too, though. Do you feel like, because as far as we know, I mean, I don't think this is hidden. Like, I don't think this is a secret, but like Borrego wasn't Willie's choice.
Yeah, no, that's Griff's choice. Yeah, absolutely.
So how much control do you think that he really had? And I ain't trying to shoot Willie Green no bail. I promise you I'm not. Like, I have no bail money for Bill. Like, he just gonna have to sit in the big house fucking with me. But
right.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
brother,
how much say so you really think he had in a scenario?
With far as the higher end Borrego?
Yeah.
I heard different things initially. Initially, I heard that he was all for it. But I also heard that Casey Hill was gonna get fired any day now.
Exactly.
And he's the lead assistant right now to James Borrego. That's why shit looks the same.
Yes.
He's the lead assistant. I think Willie probably was a bit paranoid. Probably had some things that he didn't necessarily get carte blanche with. Like, well, we heard about Hawkins. Like, you know, you need to play this guy. Then a couple people that he was married to. It's ironic because I had heard he wasn't the biggest fan of Borrego. I heard Borrego. I'm sorry, Borrego wasn't the biggest fan of Alvarado, and Willie was. And now it appears that Borrego's a huge fan of Alvarado as well. So I think Willie Green had more say than we probably gave him credit for initially. Not in that hire, but in how he ran his staff and rotations and everything.
I think yeah, he is. He is. My dog Cole. He is.
The Casey Hill looked like a schmuck. God damn, he's a schmuck.
Damn, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man.
Shout out to appreciate y'all, man.
I don't know what the likes at, man.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, bro.
Do that for your dogs, man. Let me ask you this. I know. Oh, damn. Real quick, we want to talk about Jordan Poole. I know you said we was gonna, you know, we bring him up at some time. This my thing with Jordan Poole, and I say this. I know people. I understand people hate Jordan Poole here, and they don't really like his particular style of play. And I understand. There's an article that Will Hardy wrote about Jordan Clarkson, and I keep saying this. Jordan Poole, not one of them Chad, like dogs, like a dog. Jordan Poole, not one of the people who you just could keep on a leash for 48 minutes.
No.
you can't. You gotta let Jordan Poole wild out. You gotta give him 5-10 minutes. Hey, bro, go wild out. Just go do your thing. Like,
right.
I think that's the way you keep Jordan Poole sane. And for me, Jordan Poole is excellent getting downhill. He's excellent getting to the lane. There's nobody who can stay in front of him one-on-one. His shot profile, though, once he gets off track, it get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta like, anyways, go ahead.
I think Jordan Poole's still dealing with injuries, honestly.
Okay.
Not giving them like no significant bail, but just talking to a couple people. It's like first game back, and motherfucking twisted his ankle on DeAndre Jordan. And look, he just missed the game with an ankle. He just missed the Cleveland game with the ankle. Watching him trying to, like you said, Jordan Poole is a monster getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. Watching him trying to get by defenders yesterday was sad. I was like, oh no, you need to go sit down. And there was a point in the game, he's on the sideline, both his legs are wrapped. He stands up and Kevon Looney taps him on the chest like, it's gonna be all right, dog. Like he was scared to shoot yesterday. He was terrified. Wide open jumpers, wasn't shooting. Because he went 0 for 2. One of them, I think he went 0 for 3, and one of the threes was like a hand grenade that Zion tossed him at the end of the clock. I think he's dealing with a lot of health issues. You kind of saw some of the same things when he first went to Washington last year, his first year. You was like, yeah, it's over for this guy. And I think the jury's still out, honestly. I think the jury's still out. I think his skill level when he's healthy is more so what you need, but he ain't healthy, so he ain't delivering. Man, whoa, what's up, y'all? Oh, you know what, Lito? I think I said this on the show too to add to that. Earlier this year, shout out to my dog Ryan. He said just bench and trade dude, bro. 34% 3-point shooter ain't worth it. But it's the quote unquote other things when healthy. The thing with Poole is Poole gonna be expiring next year too, if I'm not mistaken. So it really don't matter like too much. You're not like stuck with him on a deal if you really want to move him. But he clearly not healthy. And earlier this year, a good friend of mine, Lito, you know this person too. He hit me up. He was like, man, Trey legs are fucked up right now. That's why the shot look like his legs kind of fucked up right now. My first go-to when I see a person's shot profile, not profile, but when I see the shot efficiency fall, they either got tired legs or they don't got the leg strength. And I think right now Jordan Poole's legs are fucked up because he's got 3 leg injuries. He had the injury he came into the season with, the injury he missed time with, and now he got an ankle injury that he just missed the game for.
What he came into the season with?
He didn't. I don't know if he specified. He said he came in with something, and then he had the quad injury that kept him out for a really long time. Remember, he was like, where's the fucking update?
Right. I forgot about that.
First game back, twists the ankle, and he just missed the game with the ankle twist. So go ahead. I think he missed the Cleveland game. I think
he missed a couple games too. Like what it was.
Yeah, he missed a couple.
8, 10, something like that.
With that injury?
Quad, yeah.
Oh, boy, I think he missed like a month.
Yeah, he missed
He missed some time because we was like, yo, can we get an update? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's one of those things where it's just the legs ain't there, and the confidence ain't there because the legs ain't there because he can't even get by defenders right now.
Yeah, man, we hate to see that, man. Before we got out of here, we go get to some chat questions, man. But got to talk about DQ, man. DQ,
man.
DQ 21 and 11. He had two assists, another 3 assists, I think. Another day in the office for DQ. But he was 2 for 4 from 3. Shot that shit at 50%. Is Queen's trajectory trending for him to be a reliable 3-point shooter?
I think so. Probably on limited attempts. I think so. I like the confidence in shooting. And one of them, it ended up being called. I think Friday ended up being called long 2, if I'm not mistaken, because his toe was on the line. I think it was Friday. But he made that. He shot the motherfucker with confidence and he made it. That's all you could ask for. Really, you wide open like that, dog. Just shoot it. The defenses collapse. Do what you got to do. I think my biggest concern with DQ, and shout out to Lito, you did one of the better breakdowns on Derrick Queen this offseason, you and Chris. Appreciate and I spoke with Utility Sports, and I asked him about this. I said, I'm more worried about Derrick Queen's motor than almost anything, right? I mean, everybody thought that coming into the season. Some of the things I saw Derrick do these past 2 games if I want to, well, it ain't just been I'm gonna say Cleveland and beyond. It's been from Cleveland and beyond. If I want to chalk it up to just, Christmas, like Christmas hangover, your birthday right there, you probably tired, rookie wall, etc. But the lack of give a damn, it got to stop. The lack of give a damn got to stop, because Derek Queen can easily be a guy. To me, some of Derek Queen's habits are the worst fat Zion habits. And I say that disrespectfully, Zion. Zion, like, yo, you fat, bro. Some of those habits are like the fat Zion habits. I'm like, oh, you don't want to pick them habits up, because your offense ain't that, like your explosiveness and your ease to score ain't quite there for you to compensate for some of that, not give a damn on the other side of the ball. And everything already difficult. So he gonna have to get stronger. He gonna have to get a reliable jumper, and that motor gotta improve, dog. Because you could find yourself being Maurice Spates real easy.
Ooh,
and you don't want that, dog. Because I want you to live up. Whoa, what's happening with your hot boy? I want you to live up to your full potential. Me, I want you to be a guy at the 4, because I don't think you're 5. I want him to be a guy at the 4, man. And the motor, it just ain't gonna do it, though. It just ain't gonna do it right now, bro.
Yeah, but I'm thankful they got DeAndre Jordan on this roster.
Yeah.
to advise him of that, because like that ain't gonna do it. When your ceiling is so much higher than that, like you gotta really, you can't do that, dog. Don't bullshit the game. Like Beans used to say, man, you can bullshit with rap if you want. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Man, let's get to these chats, man. Let's see what's popping. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my dog Jay Steen with the Mexican 60.
Oh, he stepped it up from 50 to 60.
Shout out to Jay Steen, man. Fuck Ice, man. Yeah. Shout out to Taylor, man. Taylor said we really thought some dusty ass dudes from Ratchet City had the answers.
What's Ratchet City?
That's why
Are we from this Ratchet City?
Yeah,
because we don't say Ratchet here.
He's talking about BR? Like what?
Who? Oh yeah, BR is the city I know is Ratchet City. I don't know. Thank you for the $5, Taylor.
Damn, man, that's crazy. Shout out to Taylor, man. Jay Stein again with the Mexican 50. I've seen Casey Hill and Collins look so disengaged for 2 3. I don't understand it, bro.
Shreveport. Oh, he talking about that. Oh, because of Hurricane Chris.
Joe. Yeah, my
Joe.
bad. Mental lapse.
Boy, I remember I heard Hurricane Chris say, this when I was done with hip hop. I was listening to straight gospel after this. Hurricane Chris say, man, I'm high like Yao Ming jumping on a trampoline. And I was like, oh my God. Then he said he was on, I think he was on 116 Park, dog. And I said, ain't no future in this shit. Nas is right. He said hip hop is dead. That boy said, I'm rocking like a cutoff stocking in the penitentiary trying to get some waves.
That's crazy, dog.
I said, just say no comment next time, brother.
That's crazy, man.
Just say no comment, dog.
Shout out to Hurricane Chris.
Shout out to Hurricane Chris, man. DJ ABB.
Yeah, man. Halle Berry.
Yeah,
hey, he did have that one though.
He had some songs.
Yeah, he did.
He had some songs.
He had the Mystical Breeze.
That boy had some songs.
Shout out to D-Boy, man. Do you guys think coaching is the reason we have hierarchy problems? Oh, I'm gonna let you answer that. I'm gonna say hell motherfucking
yeah. The motherfucking saga continues. I didn't want to believe it. I mean, we kind of knew to some degree because they got some of the same problems that they're discussing right now in Toronto. But this season, when I saw Birmingham Point Herb, I knew. I was like, nah, son. When the fact that you keep looking for leadership lets me know that you have hierarchy problems. You know, first Brandon was the leader. No, first Drew Holiday was the leader. Then Brandon was the leader. Then Herb was the leader. And it's like, bro, I don't care who leads. Give the ball to the best player when it's time to win, dog. Just give it to the best player when it's time to win, bro. And that's really what it boils down to. I think the coaching is 100%, well, 80% responsible for this. Injuries being another issue, but is a lot of coaching, though.
I think yes and no. So in my opinion, I say yes and no because like I've seen I'm trying to think who would be a good example. Like I've seen let's say Ant, right?
Oh yeah, Ant-Man.
I've seen Ant, I've seen
I'm glad you said that because I want to bring something up too. I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
I've seen Shea, I see Brunson, I see people who have been in situations and have had different coaches. And everybody who comes into that situation seems to understand that this guy is the man. This is the man. Get the man the ball. So I'm 60, I'm 70-30. 70-30, 70 being the player and 30% on the coach.
Yeah. It's hard to crown a motherfucker when you're not available. It's just, Randall Waller. Now Randall trying to get paid. Julius Randall trying to get paid. That's what's happening there. But you know what's funny? I remember when they asked Ant, because Justin had a point earlier. I wasn't on that show, and I mentioned it in passing. I remember when they asked Ant why he can't dunk no more. And Ant was like, ain't no space for me to dunk. It was when Rudy, I don't know. He was playing with Rudy and Cat at the time. So I don't know how he handled, this is when they first got together though. He like, ain't no space. And that's when Cat said the sucker shit, like he gotta stop eating Popeyes and shit like that. And since
I remember that,
since then they've corrected it. Credit to Chris Finch and those guys for working to correct it. I think the screening, I think we really underestimated how important screening is to guys getting downhill and just being able to get to the cup at will, because how the Pelicans die on screens, it highlights everything for me. You could be a fucking nobody versus the Pelicans and you get into the cup, because we just die on screens. We just die. It's over.
Yep. No, I agree. Shout out to man. Please answer the question for Jaden, man. Shout out to Jaden.
What up, Jaden?
Jaden said, man, if y'all listening now, watching chat, he said, Cheddar Chaz, if you are the Pelicans, who would you choose to be the next coach for the Pelicans between two guys, Chris Quinn, Sam Cassell? He said two guys though. All right, no mind. Chris Quinn, Sam Cassell, or Michael Nouri to be the Pelicans' next coach, my man.
I say Chris Quinn. Chris Quinn comes from and I don't want to overstate culture, but you come from at least a place where motherfuckers are used to winning. I would keep my eyes on Mosley out there in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? But Chris Quinn would be my choice. And if the Jazz want to be dumb and fire their coach, I'll take their coach. I think the Jazz got the best coach in basketball.
I do too.
Yeah. So but that would be my ideal target would be Chris Quinn. Came from a place with some structure, came from a GM that's kind of like GM, fuck, you might as well say Pat Riley, the owner, came from a nosy motherfucker who don't know how to mind their business, and they expect excellence. And he's getting, they've managed to get the most out of that roster. 9 times out of 10, Bam hasn't been who we thought Bam was going to be. Ultimately, Tyler Hero always hurt. The Jimmy shit, kind of was a fiasco. But they still competing. They got Norman Powell balling, Wiggins looking like he all right. You got Khalil Ware out there balling. You know what I'm saying? Jaime was balling at one point. So I would like a coach like that that's just used to winning.
Real. Shout out to that boy Chuck Nola.
Whoa.
Shout out to being appreciate you being a member of my dog. He said, is Zion's future 6-man from here on out? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think Poole gonna end up being the 6-man ultimately.
No, people like to talk about that, and I don't know how long. I don't know how long that thing go have. I don't know how long that's something that's gonna have legs.
Yeah, I think once it would have been nice they'd have got the 10 wins, but I think once they string together a couple wins and guys hopefully continue to trend towards health, I think you see things shift, because as a Fears fan, it's hard to justify starting them right now. And as a fan of Queen, it's hard to justify starting him at the 5 and not going out there with a too big lineup. I think it might have been Rod Walker that asked that question. Shout out to Rod, friend of the show. He was like, man, what's up with the rebounding? He was like, well, we just don't have rebounders. Like, no, that's not a thing, brother.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a fucking thing.
Because again, will scale of IQ.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who are you playing? What's the rotation? The numbers don't jump off the board, but people can't say they don't see a vast improvement once Eve Messi steps on the floor these past couple of games. Like from an energy standpoint, rim defense standpoint, just shot trajectory, steals, even scoring, even giving you a couple buckets. Eve Messi playing real minutes, that has kind of shifted some of the things in these past two games, and you shouldn't have to bench Carlo for that to happen. The answer is you need two big lineups because you got to win a number battle somewhere, Lito. And you're not gonna win it from behind the arc. You better win the rebounding battle.
I agree. You ain't gonna win it. You ain't gonna win it from around the arc. You ain't gonna win it on the boards. You ain't gonna win it. You're not winning it. I think the Pelicans like 24th in assists too. So you
that's because nobody can shoot.
They're last in a lot of places, bro. So shout out to Blackfish Star. Chaz has been saying this for at least 3 years now.
Oh, Chris Quinn. Yeah, I would like to see it happen, hopefully.
Jay Stein said, can we provide any insight on why there are so many more injuries on constantly losing teams versus winning teams? That's tough. That's tough, man. Steve Kerr talked about this earlier. As far as like travel and the style of the gameplay, now you got so many soft tissue injuries. It's hard to say versus winning and losing. I don't know. I mean, I think it's just going waves for me, honestly. Like, I think if you was winning and your team had like the type of depth, it really wouldn't like a team like the Celtics, right? They lost their best player, I would say.
Cavs got a ton of injuries.
Yeah, they got a ton of injuries. Like, but those teams. Shout out to Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown.
Oh man, I got him as MVP this season personally, bro.
Man, I thought they was gonna be underwater, bro. Like, shout out to him for, lost his head, but man, he kept the team afloat.
And he fighting for it back with that Nutrafol, man. Yeah, that biotin.
Shout out to him, bro. Make sure y'all
support his he got a Twitch, I think. But you know what I say? I think Jay, I think because a lot of times with bad teams, some of that is tanking, and also I think some of that is you're a bad team, you got to take risk on high variance assets, and the guy might be cold, but he might not have no fucking tissue in his knees like Brandon Roy. It might, but you got to take the chance. You're a bad team. He like everything on paper might say this guy got a degenerative back issue, but if you're a bad team, you got to take him. Like you got to take the chance because the talent is there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully he plays for you.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Bayou Sniper want to know, Chaz, you going live tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going live tomorrow, fam. We're going live tomorrow versus the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson is out. Not sure it would help, but he's out. Herb Jones has been announced out for tomorrow. That's interesting.
Early, huh?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? He's not even questionable. So maybe he plays versus the Bulls, but I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised he's out tomorrow. Hopefully the Knicks announce some more people out. Not that they need them to beat the Pelicans, but still.
Shout out to my dog Chaz, man. Tell him where you join that, man, just in case they don't know.
Oh man, we got the No Pick Show. Just type in Cheddar Chaz on YouTube. We got become a member on the Ain't That the Truth membership. And starting the top of the year, we doing I got my first episode out, but we're gonna be doing just general NBA coverage on and that show is called In Your League, but it's all on the same channel, the Cheddar Chaz channel. Shout out to everybody. I see a lot of my people in here, B Timers, Jaden, Bayou Sniper. I see a lot of them in here. A lot of people, mutual viewers and supporters. My dog Q in the building. Shout out to all y'all, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us here.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Well, for me and my dog Cheddar Chaz, man, it's an hour 35, man. Y'all ain't getting in nowhere else, man. Shout out to us, you know what I'm saying, for being good at what we do. And man, we'll holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Shit, ain't nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see what Jaden said. Jaden said, who will be on this team after the deadline? I really don't see the Pelicans gonna be. Man,
It's a tough one.
I don't think it's gonna be a lot of movement, Chaz.
I think if they can get if DeJounte come back in January, if he comes back, and I think they can get Kuminga, dog. Now it'll be weird trying to get him, and I'm not saying that DeJounte would be the price for Kuminga. I just think Kuminga, his price is so low that these are the Troy Weaver type moves that he's historically made, dog. These been the moves he historically made, dog. Like this man went and got what's that boy name, dog? Marvin Bagley. They got Marvin Bagley. They gave him some money. Right? Gave him some money.
Yeah, he did.
Traded for Jordan Poole, traded for Sadiq Bey. I think supposedly he's still in. They got some interest in Kuminga, and I think they're just looking like we just won real wing away. We caught a bad break this year.
Man, you know what? My problem again with Troy Weaver is not his drafting process, it's just his free agent process. It's his trades.
Yeah.
Something that I really
history ain't good.
It ain't great. You know what I'm saying? It ain't great, man. But man, for me and my dog Cheddar Chaz, man, we gonna holler at y'all, bro. Y'all take it easy. Appreciate that. We appreciate that too.
Oh, appreciate it, JKL. Shout out to my dog. Check out his music too, man. JKL got some music, man. Check him out on Instagram.
Man, drop the link in the YouTube comment, JKL, where we can find your music, bro. Not in this, but actually on the YouTube, because this stream about to end, man. Appreciate that. All right.
Appreciate y'all, man.
What's up, everybody? This is Ross from Propels Talk. Just wanted to tell you about a little deal from the Game Time app. You can get $20 off your first purchase using our promo code PELS. The app's incredible. I've been using it a bunch. All the fees are included. You get great deals on seats, last-minute deals. You get a view of your seat. It's I think, the best last-minute ticketing app there is out there. So use our promo code PELS to get $20 off your first purchase, and go Pels.